We're getting better. We're getting better defensively. I guess got to be honest. When a team out rebounds us, that does something to me as a rebounder, and as a student athlete. We got to continue to get better. I think Albany's really a really strong team as well as our next opponent, but we really got to do a little bit better on the rebounding side, and defensively we got to continue to get better, and we will.
Luke Burgess, C89. Sophie, it seemed like you were playing with a ton of confidence in the first half, specifically shooting. It seemed like a lot of quick shots that you were not very hesitant to take. But was there anything kind of going into this game you really wanted to emphasize that?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates were getting me open, so that's part of it. But, I'd kind of spoken to Coach Jack throughout the week, and she's like, we need you taking more shots. So that's kind of what I came in to do. And I think, the ball movement, everything got me open, so I shot the ball, I guess.
Nicholas Alumcall, Daily Orange. This kind of question's for Kyra, Isabel. You guys outscored FDU 40-6 in the paint. Was that something you highlighted entering the game, and how did you feel like you guys executed in that facet?
Yeah, that was a part of our scout, that they were smaller than us and we needed to dominate down there, and that's what we tried to do.
Yeah, basically what she said, came into the game, focused, locked in, that we had the height advantage and the strength inside, and I feel like we did a good job using the strength today.
Maddie here at Syracuse.com. Isabel, it looked like FDU was really trying to eliminate Georgia from you guys early on in the game, but you guys were able to find other scores. Did you guys know that was a likely thing they would present you with early on, and how did you guys combat that?
Yeah, for sure. Georgia, I feel like every game we should expect people trying to get her out of her game, because she's a great player, great scorer, so I feel like we always have to be prepared to everybody else to be behind her, get her back, and do it from there.
No one else found Daily Orange. Sophie, my question's for you. FDU attempted 32 three-point attempts today. What do you think you guys did well to stop them from not making many goals?
Honestly, I don't think we did a great job at stopping them. They had far too many threes, especially in the first half. So our defensive rotation needs to get a lot better. I think our talk was there, but we were just a little bit slow on the rotation, so we definitely got to keep working on that.
That's for Kyra and Isabel. Tunisia Brown's one of the best players at the mid-major level, and you guys held her to 7 points today. In a week that was filled with, focus on defense, what was kind of the approach on her, and how did you stop her so well?
I feel like we just stayed, I don't know how to say this in English, let me think. We just hold ourselves to our standards. Like Coach Jack always tells us, it doesn't matter who you're playing, it's our family against their team. So it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're always going to hold ourselves to a certain standard and try to stop the other team, their team.
Yeah, I guess that's the same thing. It doesn't matter who we're playing at FDU. We could have been playing the best big, and we could have been, last year we were playing the best ACC player of the year 2 times or 3 times. So, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're just going to stick to our discipline and our standard. So,
for any of you, with defense being so much of the focus of conversation throughout the first few weeks of the season, do you guys, any of you, tried to set specific goals going into a game defensively, or is it more something that you're looking at the team collective?
Yeah, I mean, we have a team goal every single game to keep the other team under 59 points, so that hasn't changed and it won't change. And we haven't been great at getting that target, so we got it today, which was great. But yeah, I still think we have a lot of work to do on the defensive end of side of the ball. But yeah, just keeping the other team under 59 is our main goal.
Was there anything you did today that you kind of can take away from that you didn't do maybe in the first 3 games? You're like, this is a stepping stone. I know you guys said you're not there yet, but is there something you achieved? You're like, I'm proud for how we progressed.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think I heard a lot more talk out in the court. I know I heard Kyra screaming the whole game, so that was definitely a step up, I think, from previous games, and we can just keep working on that as well. Yeah.
Just the talk was much better, for sure.
Stacey Carter II, 24/7 Sports. This question is for any of you ladies. Speaking on the standard, did you feel like that was upheld throughout the game today, or is there still a work in progress?
Work in progress, for sure. We're working towards being more consistent with our standard on the court, even when things aren't going our way. But I think it's still work in progress, and it's going to be a work in progress all the way up until March. Like, we're never going to be perfect, so we're just going to keep going out there and giving it our best effort.
How much confidence is a win like this, knowing that you guys were able to meet a goal and be able to have a bigger step towards the defensive end when you guys know that you have one more home game before you guys are heading on the road for the first time? This could be for any of you guys, sorry.
No, I think it helps a lot. I mean, coming off 2 losses, that's obviously not great for the confidence. I think the loss against Maryland, we stepped up our game, but then we weren't quite there. So I think this win really just solidifies the work that we've been doing. And we know that we have further to go, but it definitely gives us a little boost in confidence to know that we can compete and we are right there.
Any more questions for the student athletes?
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye, Stacy.
All right. I see more.
Yes, raise your hands for questions. Coach Kieran?
Kieran Costa, Citrus TV. Coach, it was mentioned earlier, but 40-6, you outscored them in the paint. What allowed you to be so dominant down low?
I think we have a really good, strong post team. You know, it is Kyra, Sanaya, Journey, and we're implementing Kiera in that position as well. And I just think that it's a mindset, and we haven't really decided that we want to be extraordinary yet. And we're working on that, and I've not been a part of like our guard post breakdown situation for the last couple of years, but I'm implementing myself into that now so that I can show them myself what it looks like, feels like, sounds like, and hopefully we can continue to get our bigs better. Because I think, you know, I've been around this game for a long time, and this is the best group of bigs we've had here, for sure, and arguably in the last 13 years of my career. And now we have to own our own power, and we're on our way.
A number that jumps out to me, Dominique had 8 assists and no turnovers. For her to be able to distribute the ball the way that she did today, how much does that help this offense be successful moving forward?
Well, she played for us at Buffalo, and she had 16 one game, so she's halfway there. You know, so I just think that she has more in her tank, and I think that she's doubting herself a little bit, and I think that she's hesitant a little bit. I just want to go all out. I just want her to just be free and trust her knee and trust her health and trust her journey. And if she continues to do that, we can be a real special team in late January, February.
Noah Nussbaum, Daily Orange. You guys were up by 10 at half, but you outscored FDU by 12 in the third quarter. Is there anything that you think went particularly well in that third frame? Or not?
You asked me about what's different?
The third quarter, you guys outscored them by 12. Do you think anything went particularly well in that frame?
You know, what went wrong in the second quarter, we still didn't dominate, you know, going down the stretch. We kind of let's try to get to the locker room, I felt like. And we shared that information with them in the way that I do, in privacy of our own space. We got to understand, you know, you just can't play this game. You got to play this game for your story. You got to play this game for your why. You got to play this game for your mirror. And we're not there yet. It's almost like we're afraid to let go because we're afraid of our own dreams at times, and that's bothersome to me. As you can tell, that we won the game as far as winning, the number of points is concerned, but I'm not satisfied at all with the way we've played because there's more in our tank when we, in my opinion, disrespected this team and didn't give them our best effort as a team. But we're going to watch some film and see if I'm too hard or even on myself.
Coach, kind of a big picture question for you. Last year and last few years, when you guys have had really, really successful seasons, you've been very honest about your praise for the team. And this year it seems like it's not negative, but you're honest in your critiques. How important do you think honesty is in the way that you coach and kind of your philosophy as a coach?
Oh, I believe in that. I think every kid deserves that. I think that if you don't tell the kids the truth, our players, athletes the truth, they'll be happy with you because you can see them walk around in the Syracuse gear and let them look how cool I look. And then when they're 25 and your brain is fully developed, you're going to look back and say, that coach just let me do whatever I wanted to do, and shame on her. They will not say that about me because I keep it 100. And I think that, at my age, I have to. But the reason I'm so locked into this team, I think this is a better team than we were last year. And I think that we are not believing it. I think that, when DeAsia Fair left, we all felt like it's a rebuild. I don't think this is a rebuild. I think that if we give the talent a chance to emerge, if we trust ourselves, this team could be the team that really shocks everybody. But right now we're playing as if the people on the outside is right, and I don't believe that they are.
Tyus Sainsbury, WAR. Overall today, you had a good defensive performance. You forced 17 turnovers, and you held them to 35% from the floor. What are some things that you like from the defensive side of the ball, and what are some things you still think the team needs to improve on?
We didn't talk as much as we needed to from the perimeter. Our bigs were talking well. Our box out was like we fly by somebody and don't box them out, and they get the rebound, and that's a recipe for disaster with teams that can actually really want to. This team didn't really want to rebound. They just wanted to get the ball back and take a three, and they thought they're banking on 3 versus 2. We get 2, they get 3. That evens the game up, and then the coaches win games at the end. So we got to continue to do better with the box out, and we'll work on that tomorrow. And we got to pursue the rebound. We kind of let the rebound fall in our hands, but we didn't see anybody come outside themselves and pursue the rebound, and we got to get better with that. 35 rebounds in a half is what I expect, not 35 rebounds in a game.
Hey, Coach. Adam Hipsky, Z89. 11 players totaled over 10 minutes today. What was your approach to kind of mixing and matching different combinations?
I think this is a great team that we have. I just don't know the combinations yet. I got to see people on film who play well together, who play well late, early. I'm still looking at that. I kind of knew who that lineup was last year. This year is so different. I got to figure out who plays well. After our starters, what's the combination, who comes in off the bench. So I'm still looking for that right now.
We have time for just a couple more questions, Coach. Stacy, Sam, and then Melinda.
Oh, thank you. Going off with the 11 players scored today, was that an emphasis that you wanted to put on today's game plan, or was that just how the dice fell?
That's how the dice fell. I just trying to figure out who play well together and what time they can come in, who gets mad because they didn't play into the second half and just go out there and play just selfish basketball, who still play within the system that we created here. And so we'll watch that film tonight and discern some more decisions, and we'll continue to get better through the month of November, and hopefully we come up with some more decisions by the end of December and just keep getting better with this group.
You guys were 45% zone last year, coming into today about 27% zone. You went to zone in the second quarter, kind of used it throughout. How would you evaluate where you guys are with the zone defense right now, and kind of why did you feel today was a good game to kind of get a lot more reps with it?
Well, they shot us out of our player-to-player. They sucked us in. We kind of tried to strong ball them by being taller, and they just kind of waited till we got in, and they kicked the ball out and extra passed us and had open threes, and we couldn't adjust. And so we had to change the defense, and as we'll change 2 to 4 more defenses we're going to add as well. But the one defense seemed to work, and we decided to stay with that. That kind of nullified their penetrate and pitch out. They had to kind of come up with the floaters, and a couple of those went. And so now it's 2 versus 2, and I think that our 2s are going to be more dominant than theirs, and that's why I stayed with the matchup.
Rich Rosa, Newhouse Sports Media Center. Today, your team had 30 points coming off the bench. 30 points were players coming off the bench. What does that mean to you as a team for a team that's still trying to find their rhythm, but also this team has a lot of potential coming up, and the road ahead is going to be tough. So what does it mean to you that everyone is contributing, starter or bench player?
That's my point. I think that we have a really good team, a solid team. We don't have any special players. In order to, to scout us, you can't say this kid is their go-to player, because I think Georgia Woolley had 9 points and we dominated today. And so they took her out, and we threw in some other people. I just like our chances because we're very even, and if we can get our players to not get into woe is me, we can really be special. And it reminds me of a team that we had at Buffalo, going to the Sweet 16 when we played 12 deep. And that's the goal, that we don't have any dominant players, but this team can be really special. I appreciate all you guys do. Thank you for women's basketball.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Thank you.